Imagine a world without radiators, without electric heaters, without double glazing, a world where winter was not just a season, but a real challenge for survival. In the meantime, subscribe to the channel if you are passionate about these historical videos and leave a like on the video. Have you ever stared blankly at your heating bill, hoping those numbers would go down on their own? I feel for you. Last winter, I stared at it so hard, I thought it would melt from the thought alone. But today, I want to tell you something you don't expect. Something that comes from the past, from an era that we often imagine cold and uncomfortable, the Middle Ages. But no, our ancestors had found brilliant solutions to heat themselves, without electricity, without gas, without bills. We complain about the drafts in the windows and turn the thermostat knob as if we were playing the Wheel of Fortune. Meanwhile, the medievals were true masters of thermal ingenuity. They didn't just sit there passively freezing. They had ingenious methods hidden under thick wool sleeves. Many of these systems were forgotten. With the advent of industry, with the first stoves, electricity and progress, we threw away solutions that had worked for centuries. Yet, some archaeologists today tell us that certain medieval houses managed to maintain an internal temperature of about 21 degrees in the middle of winter. Without electricity, how did they do it? The warm heart of the house was the medieval hearth. Much more than a simple fireplace, it was placed in the center of the room, not relegated to a corner like modern ones. The stones around and below absorbed heat during the day, slowly releasing it even when the fire was out. Some stayed warm for up to 12 hours. And the smoke? It didn't come out right away. It slowly spread through the roof, keeping insects away and helping to preserve the food hanging from the beams. Two birds with one stone, or better yet, better not to talk about pigeons. You know how it is with chickens. And it really worked. Studies of extant medieval houses show that these central hearths could heat rooms up to 60 degrees, with floors that reached temperatures in excess of 150 degrees near the fire. And when even that wasn't enough, they relied on the community. Villages had communal fires, lit 24 hours a day during the coldest months, housed in buildings called heat houses. They were not only warming points, but also places of gathering, sharing, work, and social life. Families took turns keeping them lit, and everything was carefully designed to let the smoke escape away from inhabited areas. And then there were the personal solutions. The medievals had invented a kind of portable heating long before any mobile technology existed. They carried around hot stones or metal containers filled with embers. The famous French chauffettes, perforated metal spheres filled with burning coals, slipped into pockets, gloves, or even boots. Some models were so popular that a 1378 inventory listed over 30 variations. And it doesn't end there. Hot stones were also used in beds, under clothes, even prescribed by doctors. Flat for stomachache, curved for back pain. It was the hot water bottle of the time. Some stones showed deep signs of wear, always carried in the same pockets, day after day. But there was another source of heat, alive: stables. Barns were often attached to homes not out of laziness, but because animals, especially cows, gave off heat. A single cow produces as much heat as a small electric heater. Houses were designed with shared walls between living quarters and stables, especially on the north side, to block the wind. A stove that also produces milk. Not bad. There was also no shortage of architectural ingenuity. Some homes had shiny metal surfaces placed around fireplaces to reflect heat back into the room. Heat reflectors before their time. Copper or brass plates, polished like mirrors. The richest covered entire walls with them. Some modern experiments have shown that these reflectors could increase the temperature of a room by 30%. But the secret weapon to face the coldest nights? Bedpans, metal containers filled with embers, slipped between the sheets before going to bed. Some were true works of art, finely decorated. One found in 1235 had engraved, "Sweet dreams, may the frost not bite you." A touch of medieval humor. Then there were the canopy beds. Not just aesthetic whims, they were real portable thermal chambers. The heavy curtains retained body heat, creating an intimate and warm microclimate. Some advanced models even allowed for bedpans to be inserted. This was more than modern design. It was medieval smart beds. And during the day, houses were built to capture every available ray of sunlight. South-facing windows. Thick stone walls to absorb heat and release it slowly at night. In some castles, the solar rooms had walls up to 2 meters thick. Giant thermoses. Today we call them passive energy buildings. They called them home. In short, while today we warm ourselves with buzzing radiators, high bills and radiators that seem colder than marble, our medieval ancestors had found brilliant, sustainable solutions. And, in their own way, brilliant. No apps, no Wi-Fi, no smart panels to control with your phone. Just stone, fire, ingenuity, and every now and then, a well-positioned cow. Maybe we should stop looking at the past as a dark age and start recognizing it for what it was. A gold mine of smart and surprising ideas. Ideas that today, between energy crises and climate change, they could come in handy more than ever. Who knows, maybe the next time you turn on the heating, a thought of the central fireplace and pocket stones will even bring a smile to your face. And if you find yourself complaining about the cold, remember, there was a time when all you needed was a good stable, some wool, and a panful of coals to survive the winter. And it worked. That's all for today. And what do you think about the methods they used in the Middle Ages to warm up? Let me know in the comments. Your opinion is very important for us and to support the channel. See you next time. Bye.